Traveling on a budget does not have to be painful. By the end of this video, with my tips and hacks, you'll be traveling pain-free and not eating top ramen noodles every day, unless it's what you want to do. Welcome to the channel where we talk about everything affordable. My name is Natasha with the Olivia Chanel Bouget lifestyle, where we talk everything affordable, not only from the booking, but also after. We all know we have to get that vacation outfit, vacation hair, and those vacation luggage. This is the channel for you where I will go in depth on tips and hacks to have the best affordable vacation that you could have. We all deserve it. So the first tip for today is to be flexible. I know with our lifestyle, of course, we're all busy. We're all running life and doing what we got to do. And at this point, everybody's hustling. So, of course, we're not always able to just be flexible and, go when you can go type thing. We have to go on certain dates. And I get that. But for those of us that can afford to take maybe a day or two earlier, or maybe push it back a day or two later to save hundreds of dollars, it's worth looking into. So a lot of times try to give yourself that flexibility of adding on at least maybe a day or two before or after. You may save hundreds of dollars by just changing that day or two earlier or later. The other part of being flexible is traveling during a different season. Maybe traveling on the off seasons could actually save you hundreds of dollars as well. Instead of going in the peak, which is the summer, maybe going in the fall. Depending on your destination, you actually could save significantly a lot of money. And now we could put that money into other things like that vacation dress. Tip number 2, book in advance. I know, again, with our busy lives, because we're trying to make that money and hustle, and we got the kids and we got everything else. But truthfully, booking in advance can save you hundreds of dollars. And not only just saving you money, but you get to pick the better rooms. You have the options on the better cabins. I hear so often, I want to go on vacation and I want to ball out. I want the swim up suite. And it's like, well, you're booking in a month or two out. Swim up suite's been gone. So if you want things like that, not only just the pricing is significantly lower, but even having the options. There's even been times where you can't even get the VIP status because that's already taken. So always try to book in advance if you want the better deals and the affordability that we keep talking about. The time frame for that is typically, I would say, at least a year out if you can. Plus, it helps you out in the long run. You can budget better. It gives you time to even save up. Or if you're on a payment plan, you can go and make more payments up until that time, have more spending money. So either way, it's a win-win to book in advance. Tip number 3, flight fare alerts. Now, we know we talk about flights, and I actually am going to make a video that goes into a lot more details with different tips and hacks on flight pricing, but just general affordability tips for today. The main thing is go on Google Flights and even Hopper and set those alerts to let you know when that specific flight that you're looking for to that destination and around those dates actually drop. Keep an eye that way you know when it is the best time to book. Because again, things have changed now after Corona. Y'all all know who that is. But it's not the same anymore where we could just say, oh, Tuesdays and Wednesdays is the cheaper time to book your flights. Right now, it's really not so concrete. It's kind of all over the place on when to book. I do say that booking during the week seems to be the cheaper, but I would set those alerts to just let you know, hey, it's dropped to its lowest. You might want to jump on that and at least try to get a courtesy hold while you make up your mind during that time frame. Sometimes you can get at least a 24-hour courtesy hold. I'll upload a video that goes into more details where we only talk about flights and bookings. Tip number 4. Now I know I'll probably get a lot of conflict and controversy behind tip number 4, but don't be afraid to use budget airlines. Spirit, Frontier. Now, I'm not going to speak too much on Frontier because I didn't have such a good experience, but Spirit I have done several times and I have never had an issue. And I'm not talking just a little short flight. I'm always flying from Charlotte to LA. And it's been a great experience. The price is great. I get to my destination on time. I think there was only one time I did not, but that was because we were going through a horrible storm or practically a hurricane. So that wasn't on Spirit, that was Mother Nature. But the flights are fine. I've never had any issues. None of that. Leaving out of the 2 busiest airports, top 5 in the United States, I've never had any issues or problems with flying on Spirit. And you save hundreds of dollars by just flying on these budget airlines. So don't be afraid. Now you do have one tip I gotta be clear about. You do have to be careful with the baggage fees. But again, I'm gonna make a video that talks specifically about traveling on budget airlines, the luggage to use, and how to even avoid some of those fees and what to pack where you're not missing out on things, but you still have everything that you need to have a great vacation without paying those high fees with using those budget airlines. And then even overseas, they have Ryanair. I've flown Ryanair plenty of times from Germany to Spain, saved hundreds of euros, but no issues. So I think a lot of people will hear the TikTok, Spirit this and Spirit that. But in my experience, I am not afraid to fly Spirit. If I know I want to get somewhere on a cheaper budget, I'm all for it. Tip number 5, hotels. Of course, now you've booked your flight or wherever you're getting to your destination, but where are you going to stay? So there's a whole lot of tips and tricks. There's so many that I'm actually going to make a separate video on all tips and tricks about hotel stays. But for the sake of this video, we're just going to go over the top things, which is call them. A lot of people don't think, hey, let me just call them. They think, go on Priceline and I'm going to get the better rate. But reality is, the best rates that I found is just from calling them direct. Call that hotel, ask them what rates do they have, do they have any specials of things going on? A lot of times they're a lot cheaper because you're not having to go through the middleman to get those rates. You're going directly to the source. Give them a call and ask them to see what they have. I always find that truthfully, I get the better rates going through the hotel, and it depends on where you're going. There are a lot of rates that a lot of people are not aware of, such as a bereavement rate. Now, I hope that you do not need to use that, but if that time arises and you do need a hotel and a location due to those circumstances, call the hotel direct and ask them, do you offer a bereavement rate? There are rates in place from a lot of hotels, such as the Marriott, that does have a policy on bereavement rates. So keep that in mind. Sometimes just calling the hotel directly and letting them know what's going on, what your situation is, you may find that they offer you a great rate. And now for a bonus tip. Call a travel advisor. That's the pain-free way, is just give me a call, let me take care of it. So click the link below in the bio and schedule that free consultation, and I'll be more than happy to go over anything that you're needing, whatever your next vacation is. And that's the pain-free way to go. Until next video, you take care and stay blessed.